That saved the Raiders' lead and kept Lancaster from tying this ball game up.
This is strange. As I was headed home the other night from one of the games, it was real late. I think the Mets may have been playing the Dodgers on the West Coast. Someone had made a great play, and they talk about how often is it that a guy makes a great defensive play and he winds up being the first batter in the next inning. Look who leads off for Lawrence in this inning. Brian Mann at the plate. First pitch, he pulls the bat off and fakes the bunt, and it's a strike. 0-1. Mann steps back in with the 0-1 count. Harris winds, throws. That one misses outside and high. 2-1.
I think Brian feels like he has a little bit to prove here against Mr. Harris. Of his 4 at-bats against Harris so far in the playoffs, he's struck out 3 times, including looking here in the first inning.
1-1 the count. Pep Harris on the mound, delivering to Brian Mann. Ooh, called strike. You saw him flinch the bat on his shoulder that time. I think he wanted to swing at that one. 1-2 the count. Raiders lead it 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Chuck Cunningham's 2-run homer has him out front. Harris ready, delivers. Brian swings and misses. Ball pops loose, but they tag him, and we have one away. Ed Prescott now jawing a little bit with the third base umpire, pointing out at Pep Harris, and I don't know if he may have seen something in particular he didn't like. I wouldn't know what it was, so I won't begin to try and guess. Steve shaking his head like, don't stick the mic in my face. Ray with a line drive single right up the middle. Johnny Ray jumped on the first pitch and hit it out into center field, and the Raiders are having some pretty good success, Steve, when they swing early on Pep Harris.
Well, the Raiders really getting no ground balls out there tonight. Good sign is that they have been making contact on a few balls. So Johnny Ray reached on a walk the first inning, came around to score the Raiders' first inning. He's a threat to run here, Doug, if not on Jerome Reed, who's been swinging the bat well. So if Jerome does make an out, certainly you expect him to go with 2 outs. But Jerome Reed has been a solid performer here in the Raiders for the Raiders in the playoffs. One note we want to mention is that he has scored at least 1 run in each of the Raiders' 7 playoff games so far. And when you get that kind of on-base percentage, you have to feel good about it.
Reed at the plate. The wind, the throw. It's high. Or is it? No, it's a strike. 0-1. He's getting a lot of high pitches called for strikes tonight, Steve.
Yeah, and I think that does not bode well for the Raiders. I think you can attribute some of those 7 strikeouts to that. He's one of these guys umpires may hear about, and he gets the reputation of being a good pitcher, and he's going to get those calls.
0-2 the count as Jerome swings and misses. 1 down, runner at first here in the bottom of the third. Lawrence with a 2-1 lead. Reed walks around now. Steps back in at the plate. The wind, the delivery. Called strike 3. Ball dropped. Reed will head down to first. But maybe it wasn't dropped because they don't even make a throw.
Well, it was dropped, but first base was occupied, so it doesn't matter in that situation. The automatic out.
Oh, excuse me. 2 away. And Chuck Cunningham, the batter. Chuck drilled one out of here in the first. Also with Johnny Ray on base.
Well, you really expect now with 2 outs, Johnny Ray probably is going to be running, if not on the first pitch, probably the second.
Harris giving him a good look over there at first base. Cunningham says, come on, feed me another one. He hit that one right up the middle, right through Pep Harris' legs. Johnny Ray round second, but they're going to have to... No, it got away from him. It got away from him. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Ray's going to come around, and he is going to score. Cunningham is going to round third as they're having trouble getting the ball in. The throw will be wide, and the Raiders get 2 runs in on the play. It is 4-1. And, Steve, we talked about it. The team that makes the average play has been doing well. That time, what should have been a single wound up, moving Chuck Cunningham all the way around.
Well, that ball was hit hard right from the start. Pep Harris had to raise his leg or he was going to lose it right out there on the mound. That ball got out to center field, out in the dirt area where the Raiders have been having spring football practice drills. And it looked like Anthony was going to make the pickup. It just skipped by him, and he really didn't make much of an effort to go after it as it rolled all the way to the fence. He thought that he was going to be backed up on the play, and by the time he finally retrieved it and got the ball back into the infield, not only Johnny Ray, but Chuck Cunningham had circled the bases, and both of those players were mobbed by the rest of the Raider team when they came across the plate.
Steve, that was a big, big mistake, one that could wind up proving to be fatal before this night is over.
Well, we've talked about Anthony's offense throughout the series. This is his second error on defense.
2 away. Raiders now up 4-1. Swing and a miss by Mike Douglas. 0-1. Mike's come up both times with a tough act to follow. Cunningham has circled the bases both times. And he's 2 for 2. 0-1 the count to Mikey. Swings that one down to short. Barnes up with it, throw to first in the dirt, but they scoop it out, and the side is retired. But the Raiders get another 2. And after 3 complete, it's now Lawrence 4, Lancaster 1. We'll be back in 60 seconds.